Have you ever heard this? All religions are basically the same. As long as you're sincere, God accepts your worship. It sounds compassionate. It sounds tolerant. And in our world today, it feels like the only way to avoid conflict. But here's the question. Does God actually accept all religions? Because if he doesn't, well, that changes everything. Today, we're going to wrestle with that question through scripture, history, and the wisdom of great Christian thinkers. We'll see why Genesis 35 gives us a vivid picture of worshiping God on his terms. We'll listen to Jesus himself, who spoke directly to this question. And we'll learn what it means for us today, not just in theory, but in practice. Our culture loves the image of many paths leading up the same mountain. The idea is simple. Every religion is just a different route to the same God. It's appealing. It means no one has to be wrong. It avoids uncomfortable conversations. But if we're honest, it also is a way of dodging the possibility that truth is exclusive. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Christianity, if false, is of no importance, and if true, is of infinite importance. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important." Lewis reminds us that truth does not bend to our preferences. If God has revealed himself, then our opinion about him doesn't change that reality. And that raises a difficult but necessary question. What if not every path leads up the mountain? Let's go back to Genesis 35, 2 through 4. So Jacob said to his household and all who are with him, "Put away the foreign gods that are among you and purify yourselves and change your garments. Let us arise and go up to Bethel, so that I may make there an altar to the God who answers me in the day of my distress, and has been with me wherever I have gone." So they gave to Jacob all the foreign gods that they had and the rings that were in their ears. So Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree that was near Shechem. Notice Jacob doesn't say, "Keep your idols, just add Yahweh." He says, "Bury them, purify yourselves." Why? Because the God of Scripture doesn't accept divided worship. He doesn't share his glory with idols, no matter how cherished or culturally normal they are. Exodus 23 through 5 backs this up. God says, "You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God." Jesus also puts his input in John 4, 23 through 24. "But a time is coming, and even now has arrived, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For such people the Father seeks to be his worshipers. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth." God isn't just looking for sincerity. He's looking for truth. The sincerity of worship matters, but it must be directed to the God who is, not the God we invent. Charles Spurgeon said, If you meet with a system of religion that magnifies man, flee from it as far as you can. R.C. Sproul wrote, "The issue of truth is not about what's comfortable, but about what corresponds with reality." Josh McDowell once stated, "All religions are not the same. All religions do not point to God. All religions do not say the same thing." Nowhere is it clearer than in the words of Jesus himself. He says in John 14:6, Jesus answered, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Jesus doesn't say, "I am a way." He says, "I am the way." And as Tim Keller pointed out, if Jesus rose from the dead, then you have to accept all that he said. If he did not rise from the dead, then why worry about what he said? The resurrection anchors his claim, not in philosophy, but in history. So why does this matter? Why not just say, let people believe what they want? Because truth matters. If God is real, then how he calls us to worship matters. And because Christianity is not about man climbing up to God, it's about God coming down to us in Jesus Christ. Lee Strobel said, "Christianity is not a religion, it's a relationship based on historical fact." When Jacob buried his idols, it wasn't legalism, it was love. It was fidelity to the one who had been faithful to him. And for us, it means burying our own idols, whether it's money, self-image, power, or even religious pride. God calls us to worship him on his terms, not ours. So, does God accept all religions? Scripture is clear. He accepts all people, but only through the way he himself has provided, through Jesus Christ. That's not arrogance. That's grace. Because it means you don't have to climb up the mountain. The God of the universe has already come down to you. Friend, this is the good news of Christianity. Not that we've discovered the path, but that God has revealed himself and made a way. So let's bury our idols. Let's worship in spirit and truth. And let's invite others not to one of many ways, but to the way, the truth, and the life. And may God keep you and bless you.